Starting this video with the stingray pool. Yes, I do keep lots of stingrays. Yes, they're in a swimming pool. Some turtles, some lungfish, a giant mess. But we have an update. Still haven't done a video on the frog wall, but we are getting around to that. The middle is a little bit more open. So it's been about a week since my last video. Technically downsizing a little bit. But me downsizing probably means there'll be more stuff, just moved a little bit better. I haven't done anything with this rack yet. I should probably take some of these fish into work. That is a ridiculous amount. I think there's some blue-eye cichlids, convicts, albino convicts. A silly, silly amount of tadpoles. Yeah, we will get to the frog wall eventually. Otherwise, it's just a weird assortment of endlers, barbs, corridorus. Some very cool corridorus. Check out those longfin albinos. There's some more there. I don't actually have any of those available in my shop at the moment, but I will once I sort out which ones I'm taking in and which ones I'm keeping to breed. Albino guppies are now looking like albino guppies. So if you saw the last video, actually it wasn't the last video, I think a video about a month ago, we had fry. Now they look like guppies. How cool is that? Yeah, so a few other guppies in there, a few other cichlids. Oh, I do have little baby ones of these available, which are your emerald brooches catfish, which is like a corridorus. Now that they've all hidden in the back of the tank and there's reflections. Anyway, I have moved my African cichlids. They are happily in full sun right now. I know, I do need to put backgrounds on these tanks. I'm probably just going to hook up a UV filter to them. At the moment, there's one canister filter running 4 4-foot tanks. If you want to know how that works, it's not too hard. The water from this tank is going into the canister because the canister is just lower than the water level. Then it is pumping up into this tank. This tank, it is overflowing into this tank. And then if we come around here, sorry fish, it is overflowing back into that tank under there. So it is pumping from there to there to there to this tank, and then there is an overflow there going into there. That is as easy as it is to set up tanks on a system. So instead of 250 litres, we've got nearly 1,000 litres because these tanks are in about 250, 260 litres. My African cichlids, so these were all the fish that were down in those tanks underneath the redtail catfish tank. I like African cichlids, so white-lipped madukas or something like that. I know, I'm not pronouncing it white. White? I'm not pronouncing it white. Okay, it is early morning, that's my excuse every time I do a video and say something stupid. Champsiochromis spiralincus, but I don't think they're Champsiochromis anymore because they changed the name on all these different fish. There's a few electric yellows. I don't really want to breed electric yellows anytime soon again, but they are in there anyway. I might need a few more fish in there just to break up the aggression. In here, which is obviously a lot more fish, we have our colony of albino blue dolphins. There are a few really nice, what are they called? A lunicara, which is a peacock cichlid. Don't know if they're hybrids or not. We've had them for a few years, but you know, they've been under different names of different types of things like strawberry peacock and so on and so on. All the females are pretty dull. There's a couple of females with mouthfuls of eggs. Males are super awesome. It's early morning and it's only just got light. So on the screen is that male there. That's what he looks like when I moved him into this tank. Striking fish. These, as I said, are all Malawi cichlids, high pH, don't want to mix them with your normal community fish, but they're pretty awesome. Down here, rostratus, one of my favourite fish. They get big. I've been growing up all these Malawi cichlids for the last year or so. They've just been in tanks down, as I said, down there, and I haven't been able to show you anyone because they're all tucked away. And I'm like, yeah, there's fish there, yeah, there's fish there, and never really show anyone. I have a colony of Lombardi. There's the male there, the yellow guy, and the females, which are sort of the bluey colour. Not showing much colour in this tank because there's no light on it and there's light coming from behind. Not ideal for a fish tank, but these fish are pretty chill. Oh, sorry. Well, they're usually pretty chill until it's early morning and I'm filming them and they're like, why aren't you feeding me? I have a colony of Dimbiachromis, starts with S, Dimbiachromis something rather. I will put the name on the screen because I never remember what that is. I always think they're Malawi eye biters, but these are not. These are a different species of Dimbiachromis. I think I've got, looks like maybe 3 males. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's bad odds. 3 males and 1, 2 females. Yeah, oh well. Ideally with colonies of these fish, you want more females than males. But it is what it is. They're not an overly not an overly aggressive species anyway, so they're pretty chill. I think the Lombardis are probably the worst ones in this tank. Now, a couple of female Lombardis look a little bit mingy. That's because we've just taken fry out of their mouths. Yeah, when I moved a lot of these fish, they already had fry. Yeah, that's what you want when you breed fish. I don't know. So, I have more fry over here. Obviously, I don't have them in this system because this system is a totally different pH. But I have a little tiny breeding trap there with about 60 or so Lombardi fry. Let's see if I can take that out. There you go. So those are baby Lombardi. Not entirely sure where I'm pitting them, but I am going to be pitting them somewhere. It's just a nice break from breeding cichlids to breeding cichlids. I know. I have not moved any of my monsterias, which I've had for 100 years. I want to refill these tanks. I've sort of started refilling these, and we'll do something with that. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with these tanks now. Obviously, I'm going to rig them up on a system because there are 6 4-foot by 3-foot tanks. There's Mr. Redtail Cat chilling. There he is, way at the back. That's 4 foot back there. Lots of other fish in that. Haven't done anything with that system yet, but that'll be in future videos. As I said in my last video, I'm probably going to move all this. I don't know where I'm going to move it. See, moving's not really downsizing, is it? It's just more work. And there's Mr. Redtail Cat. You heard me talking, didn't you? Yes, you do. Yeah, so, I don't know. At the moment, it's not doing anything there. I do need to get some fish out of that and bring them back into work as well. But we're sort of just trying to de-stress a little bit with so many baby fish. I actually took, and you can see it on screen as well, I took in most of these Texas into the shop and they filled up 5 tanks that size, and I've still got that many fry in that tank. That is ridiculous. Not to mention more in there. There's actually a mix of fry in there. My wolf cichlids, my T-bar convicts, and more fry. The whole idea is to get rid of most of these fry out of these tanks and claim these just to breed some Corydoras and L numbers again. Because there's just too many fish in these systems. Yeah, and it's a little bit ridiculous. As I said in the last video, the amount of food going in these tanks and trying to keep your water quality manageable is a bit of a nightmare with working a full-time job as well. So, we're going to downsize the amount of fish in these systems, tidy them up, a little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed. That is the idea. So not entirely happy with those tanks there. I was going to move them into my reptile room, and that's a whole other thing. But yeah, at the moment they're okay there. My mixed tank of Nightmare is still a mixed tank of Nightmare. We will get round to a video on that, but they all need to be split. And I may mix some fish with those, and those are 9-foot by 4-foot tanks as well, to give you an idea. May move some of those to the other system where the rays and stuff are. Mr. Groper, early morning. Don't think he's even keen to move. Oh yeah, there he goes. He's like, no, it's early morning. It's only 22.1 degrees. Oh, he's still hungry though. Well, you're not getting fed till later. As I said in the last video, I want to put him in a big pool. I'm not too sure what I'm doing. But I don't think I'm going to put a pool in the middle. I'm just going to leave it open. As I said in the last video, this is probably going to change every week. If you want me to do like a random video like this every week, just comment down below or click the thumbs up thingy. And yeah, I probably will. That's such a cool plant, isn't it? So next step we're going to do is get some lights for these tanks, a little bit better filtration because obviously one canister filter, it does have a battery backup sponge system in it as well, which I probably should show you if you want to recreate stuff like this. That is battery backup sponge filters in the back, and that is a big battery pump there. I think that is, 100 litres per minute, AC/DC. They are awesome pumps. I think about $450 for one of those retail. I do sell them, so if you're keen and you're in Brisbane, a bit hard to ship them, but we could possibly ship them around Australia. There are smaller ones. I think there's like a 60 litre one, the 100 and then 120. Power goes off, it flicks to DC, and then you have air for about 12-13 hours, and then when the power comes back on, it charges the battery again. It is brilliant. I'm actually running them for all my tanks, so if the power goes out, I do not have to stress for at least another day. There's another one up there, and there's a couple around the other side, and there's another one there, which I probably should sort the battery out. Oh, it's charging now. Look at the mess. Anyway, if you did like this video, click the thumbs up. If you want more chill videos like this, click the thumbs up or comment down below. I'm going to take those into work now, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.